Hello everybody and welcome on back to baseball here on youtube.com/SeanOsaurusRex. I'm Sean and every day at 6 p.m. Pacific time you can catch a fresh game of baseball on the channel. Pablo Lopez is taking on George Kirby in what should be a good pitching matchup today. We welcome the Twins in for the first of three for the weekend set. 6-1, 2.29 ERA for Lopez, 9-1, 2.42 ERA for Kirby as we jump in to today's game. Play next game, play full game. We are going to be wearing our City Connects. Happy Friday, everybody. As we are set at T-Mobile Park. You know what? Let's open up the roof. Even though it's partly cloudy, let's open it up a little bit. We're hopefully... Oh, boy. We're going to need to make some changes with the lineup. It's really just going to be Julio. That's okay. We had such a weird series in the last one. I don't know who is my best fielder... Shenton secondary. Oh, you know what? Dylan Moore. Dylan Moore can play left or right. And where's Robles? 74. Rosarena? Okay, so let's go there. Left field. We'll go Dylan Moore. It gives me a little bit of speed, which is kind of what I like. I'd like to see a little more speed out in the outfield. If I could tinker with this lineup or this team a little bit, oh man, maybe is Polanco a trade piece? Then we could DH. I don't know. All right, so we have Robles leading off. He 64 speed. Solano, Moore can go into the 2 spot. Rayleigh, Arozarena. I think that's really the only thing that we're gonna look at doing. Because it's Shenton. That's why. The other day I was wondering, I was like, why when we see a left-handed pitcher does Polanco slide to the DH? I forget that Shenton is our DH. And he's a lefty, and that makes perfect sense. Perfect sense. I get it. All right, let's see what this lineup looks like for the Minnesota Twins. Byron Buxton routinely makes me so mad because he's so good. I respect him, you know? If I didn't have Julio, I'd trade for him, you know? Just to speed up the outfit a little bit and make sure that he is not the enemy. He's my friend. Anyway, so starting pitching duel. I pointed it out, and so did the game. George Kirby versus Pablo Lopez. Pablo Lopez is looking for his 7th straight win, as is George Kirby. Bryce Miller has a big game on the mound in win versus Nationals. Twins starting pitching the last 6 games. 36.1 innings pitched, 1.49 ERA, 26 strikeouts. That is 6 innings a game, which is pretty good. The last 5 games for the bullpen, 14.2 innings with a 1.84 ERA, 12 Ks. Our last 4 games, we're averaging 7 runs a game somehow to a 286 average, 8 home runs. And our bullpen's been very good over the last 112 innings pitched, a .72 ERA with 125 strikeouts. Orioles increased the lead to 3.5 games over the Yankees. The lead is increased for the Tigers, 4 games over the Royals. The Braves lead the NL East by 3.5 games over the Phillies. And the Brewers lead the NL Central by 3 games over the Reds. I'm surprised at how small that is. Brief look at your farm reports.
First pitch coming your way next.
I kind of had to use this as the thumbnail for one of the other videos. It might have tanked it. I'm not really sure.
Just a little bit away from first pitch, showing the slab in today's game. George Kirby.
9-1 and 11 starts.
Fun to watch.
Well, when you have a guy that can limit the opponent to...
The ERA is surprisingly high.
You have a great chance
let's see if the strike zone sorts itself out here. It was weird. That whole National Series, honestly, was a nightmare. I hated it. It's interesting that we're actually playing the Twins this late in the season. It feels like we usually have... Unless I don't think we've played them already. No, we haven't yet. We usually get like an April... maybe early May series against the Twins in Minnesota. Actually, I could pull that up on my phone. Actually, I'd pull it up on my... Hold on. Hopefully this doesn't break everything.
With that kind of
We
velocity,
should
an elevated
take a look at the
fastball,
Twins
even
lineup.
if it's
No.
still in the strike zone,
Just
it can be
kidding.
tough for hitters to get on top of.
And now for the Twins.
Go studio. We'll figure it out. We'll get the answer for you as I shoot the CPU up to 3.1% usage. That's a bad
And
pitch.
that one fouled off. Miranda,
Let's
batting second
go
in today's
content.
lineup, a former first-round
There's
pick
no way.
back
It
in
like just doesn't make any
2016.
sense. Filter. Oh, damn it. It doesn't work that way. Never mind. Because I don't always have I don't have it labeled correctly the whole time. Okay. All right. We got to lock in here. It's a nice catch by Moore. I think I might be able to use my phone. Oh, here's the lineup for the Twins. Thought we were going to get that in the last one. That's okay. Let's go YouTube Studio.
And Boog, you know he's happy seeing a righty
Search
out there on the mound
Minnesota.
in this one. I mean, over 300 against righties on the year, so definitely you expect him to try to tack on a few more points of batting average with a couple of hits. Should be a good matchup for him in this one.
Oh, we faced them in the ALCS and MLB The Show 23. That's interesting. That's surprisingly recent.
Carlos
my
Correa
God.
in the box with
All
two
right,
gone.
lock in.
And
Don't worry about
takes a
when
look
we
at a
play
called
them.
strike.
I can't wait. I'm so excited to be like very wrong.
Two
Oh, wait,
outs,
did we
base
play
is
them?
empty.
Yeah, we did. Okay. I forgot because I did the playoffs really weird for a couple of years there. Fouled away.
And they'll do it again. Next pitch.
Oh,
just
come on. You
misses.
got to give me
It's
that.
about 1-2.
Give me that pitch.
Struck
There we
him
go.
out. He says, I don't care about draft rounds. Take a seat.
Okay.
Twins are set down 1-2.
So let's see.
So now the Mariners offense gets to go to work for the first
There's a
time.
lot
We
of-
got no score.
Oh, we saw them in the
This is
AL
Mariners baseball on the show
CS.
Northwest.
That's weird.
Back
Oh,
in
here's
T-Mobile
a look
Park,
at their starting pitcher.
And towing the slab, Pablo Lopez. Singing, he's kind of a road
But it looks like I
warrior, yeah?
probably didn't tag
I'd
that
definitely say
correctly,
so.
or it's
You know,
still
some guys
loading.
shrink a little bit on the road. They're so used to just having the comforts of being at home and having the fans behind
At
it.
Twins.
This guy
Yeah,
seems
April
to thrive
9th
in adversity
in
and
2022.
being in some hostile
Anyway.
environment. So
And just
when
on
you
my-
have a player like this on your team that goes out there and competes, you definitely like your
After
chances
5
away
years,
from
you
the
kind of pick up on some of the
Victor
series and when they
Robles,
happen.
the leadoff
They're
batter,
currently
and
27 to
he goes to
29.
ball one.
This game, over the last 4 seasons, the Twins have run away with the Central all 4 times. And that's like not even a joke. The Twins always jump out to a huge lead. This is the one time that they are not performing particularly well.
Swings and hits
That was a
one
really
in the air
bad
out towards right
swing.
field.
Oh, that's a
Full
nice diving
extension,
catch.
Makes the catch.
Hitter's got a broken heart on that one. It had base hit written.
Like, I feel like
all
every
over it.
time,
Extra bases.
like, we're playing
Great
pretty
diving
well
catch
typically.
for the upset.
The Twins are the guys that were battling for the #1 seed in the AL.
Here's Dylan Moore.
Okay. Fastball at 97, a sweeper at 87, a circle change at 90, a 12-6 curve at 84, and a sinker at 97. Oh, that high fastball. We can't be doing this early already. Like, we just can't be doing this. Oh, that was going to be our lineup. But you saw me tinker with it. You have it memorized, I'm sure. You're keeping score at home.
And that's in there.
We did a good job. We took those first 2 pitches, and then we swung at each of the following 2.
Liner,
Okay.
base hit.
Solano is just so
Joey gets
slow.
on base and keeps it going.
Solano and
First move felt
Shenton
like a bit
are...
of a guess. You have to be right in those spots, or things can get away from you awfully quickly.
Oh, do we get to see Ty France today? No, Miranda. I wonder if Ty France is in...
Cal Raleigh, fourth right now
in
the American
Minnesota
League
in
home
this
run
game.
leaderboard. Breaking ball misses down and away.
in our season. I tried to load it with like injuries. That was probably a mistake. Probably should have just... I thought I had the roster correct, but I didn't.
Solano, the runner at first with 2 gone. And that one
That
in
is
the air center
unfortunately
field.
just an out.
Buxton moves
Sinker
under it.
way on the
He makes
outside.
the grab, and that's the inning.
There he is. There's Byron Buxton.
Scoreless after 1.
I think he's unfortunately injured, but it was more like a running into another player rather than like a more significant thing.
Back in
He
Seattle,
makes my life a
second
living
inning
hell
set
because he
to
is
go.
very, very
Here's
good.
Lewis.
Really, really fast.
Check swing, and he went. That's strike one.
One strike.
This one in the air, right field. Robles makes the catch, and there's one gone.
That is fair. The right fielder,
Matt Wallner, the next twin up to hit. 2 for 5 to finish out the series on Wednesday. That clips the corner.
That's a good pitch there.
I don't know that it's a good pitch, but I'll take it. I also did not really want to throw this.
If you swing at it,
That's fine. I think that's a pitch you just take because you're probably not really looking for it.
Home plate duties here.
Well, Joe's an interesting one. I'm always trying to figure out what exactly his zone is. Feels like it kind of moves around from game to game, sometimes inning to inning.
Swing
There's a
and
big
miss.
swing and
Struck
a miss.
him out.
Steer
He
rack
is
out.
his third of the game. Off to a
Oh, I
strong
wonder if we'll face
start, Singy,
Jay
as he's
Ryan in
punched
this
out 3 of
series.
the first 5 he's faced.
There he
Well,
is.
he's definitely
Byron
minimizing
Buxton batting
contact.
sixth.
He can get the swing and miss when he needs it, but he'll also keep the defense fresh
That's on the
behind
outside.
him,
Yeesh.
allowing some balls in play as well.
And that one
Fucking
hammered.
God.
Rosarena going back on this one. Feeling for the wall as he makes the catch.
He makes my life a living hell. Give it quite the ride out to center.
That time, down to the bottom of the second. No score.
There are some teams, aka the Washington Nationals that we saw yesterday, that make my life a living hell in a negative way. I like Byron Buxton, and so I playfully say that he makes our lives a living hell.
Yep.
All right, let's get some takes going here. This was where we did a really good job yesterday. Unfortunately, we weren't able to continue it. Lasse extends the save lead. It's outside.
Misses, and it's 1 and
But we
2.
did a good job. We had a real rough first inning. We scored 5 in the second after slowing things down a little bit. But it was started by a funky defensive play. It's inside, never a strike. Never a strike. We are 1 week away, by the way, from the Nintendo Switch 2. That's outside.
Full count.
That's a good at bat right there. He was down
That
early
sweeper
in
had
that
movement
plate
and it
appearance,
freaked me out a little
forced
bit.
the walk.
Some of the sweepers look like they have a little bit of a hitch when they come in, like a glitch.
Randy or
I guess we're technically
Rosarena
6 days
getting
away
ready
from
to
the Switch.
hit.
When this video posts, we're 8 days away from it now,
Rosarena matched a homer in his last
as
game.
I am recording. It's weird because I forget that it's coming out. And that's what I'm talking about. That's a good start. We draw a walk.
Strike.
That circle change generously called a ball for us.
Swing and a miss.
And we gave him the
This was
strike on
Instead
that
of
one.
letting the hitter get his
1-1.
arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
And the
That's
sweeper
outside.
is off the plate. Swing and a miss.
I didn't mean to hit X. I didn't. That was one of those panic.
Throw him another breaking
Not
ball.
even panic,
Try
but
to
just
go
kind
again
of
with
like
the
my thumb just hit the
fastball,
button.
slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
That's a 4-pitch walk.
And Pablo Lopez will deliver. This one in the air, center field. Buxton
That's a very, very
under
poor
it.
at bat.
Makes the catch. And there's one away.
batting 7, the designated hitter, Austin.
But that's why Byron Buxton's so good and why he makes my life a living hell in these games is because he has such speed and range. He takes away hits. Granted, the
This one in the air.
just a little too aggressive. Been such a large problem for
And
about a
makes
week
the
plus
grab.
now.
Out number 2.
What are you doing? Throw the fucking ball in.
And now for Seattle, Jorge Polanco. Way upstairs.
That's a good take.
And it's 1-0. No score here in the second.
Not a good swing. We're a little too committed to the low part of the zone.
And that one fouled off.
Giving him a lot of swings there. That's off the plate.
Inside
Okay.
and it hit
We
him.
get bailed out, got plunked.
2, and he
Batting
ends up
ninth,
hitting him
the
with a
shortstop,
pitch.
JP.
J.P. Crawford gets a chance to hit.
I'm curious how he decides to attack on the mound. This guy at the plate has been great hitting under pressure this year.
No
Ooh.
balls. One
Too
strike.
late. It was going to be a pop-up.
Swing
And
and a
it
high
was
fly
a
ball in
pop-up.
the air left field. Brings it in. That is the inning. Mariners leave a couple. We'll move to the third
Can't
with
be
no
doing
score.
that. Whoa, whoa.
Welcome back.
Leading
And
off for the
coming off a
Twins,
series
the
where the
catcher,
pitching was
Ryan
outstanding.
Jeffers.
We take a look at those numbers.
Wow. Seattle is losing 6-0 to the Washington Nationals. They're only going to be leading if this result holds, which I imagine it will. If that result holds,
Kirby back to work.
Mariners will only be up by half a game in the AL West.
Swing.
I'd imagine that it will.
As he was out front that
I don't know.
time.
I also might have destroyed my own video.
Into the outfield, base hit. So a runner aboard.
I don't know how to like really describe it. So you're actually it was
It
game 2 of the National Series. It glitched out and gave me a black screen with the records, which is the normal thumbnail that I use. Normally the videos do very well on the channel, which I appreciate. Thank you so much for watching. This one is sitting at 0, nearly 2 hours into its life, and I'm like, oh, that's very weird. Usually it has a couple. But I wonder if it had something to do with the thumbnail.
Homer in his most recent game. Swing and a miss at a slider.
No balls. 2 strikes.
Spoils the
I'm not
two-strike
locked in the
pitch,
way
and
that I
he'll see
feel like
another.
I should be here for this game.
Goes
There we
down
go. That's a
low.
nice strikeout.
Batting up, the second
So
baseman,
digging in,
Edward
Edouard Julien.
Julien.
It's been a tough stretch for him at the plate. Just one hit in his
come
last
on.
5 games.
Jeffers over at first with 1 away. Next offering
we
in
go.
there for a strike.
One ball.
And the
Let's see if we
count is
can
0-1.
turn a double play here. Not our strong suit.
In the dirt, blocked.
Diamond throw. He wasn't going to go. Only 35 speed out there.
And that's it.
Here we go. It's a nice slider.
It's 2-2.
That slider breaking in can be a tricky pitch. If you don't finish it
Let's
and
go
have that
sinker
bite at the
outside.
end and it stays out over the plate, it can get hit a long way. But that was a good one right there.
Come on. Give me a little contact. Let me turn 2.
No, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts. So they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance.
It's
of
just
scoring.
weird because every
Good
time you think
job
like,
so
okay,
far
cool,
on the
things
mound.
are
He
picking
just
up
needs one more out.
on YouTube. It's like doing well or whatever, and then it just like it goes, oh, sorry, you felt good? Let's take that away from me. Like, ah, come on. Serve the video. Give it to the people.
Fans another,
Thank you.
and that's 3 straight
Anyway, if you're watching,
strikeouts.
thanks for watching.
1
However
left
much
for
you watch.
Minnesota.
I do
We're still
appreciate it.
knotted at 0.
I talk about it when I do the years and, looking forward to what's, coming up over the next year and how the last year is looking. It's always that tricky thing of like,
Robles.
how do you realistically,
That one
how do you
finds
talk
his
about
home.
like, how do you articulate that you are appreciative for the views, but also still wanting to like strive for more without making the people
Back going
who
too
watch
soon,
feel
and
bad?
strike
You know what I mean?
2.
Because I am appreciative, but also, not Bud.
Battling here as he fouls it away.
You're super appreciative that people would take the time to watch content and everything.
Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. In time, and the drop third strike leads to the first
The
out.
left
Well,
fielder,
classic
number
pitch sequencing
25.
there to change eye levels for the punch out. That fastball on the pitch before was up. It was very competitive, and that gets you thinking that he might try to climb the ladder. But then the curveball out of that same tunnel just falls off the table, and you can't make contact.
Moore stands in here.
We have to slow
Trying to
down.
hold back his swing there,
It's
but
that
went around.
annoying thing. It's a 97-mile-an-hour force seam to an 87-mile-an-hour sweeper. A 12-6 curve was way even slower.
And a swing and a miss.
The baseball is coming out of
No
his hand
ball.
very
2 strikes.
well. He's been able to paint all 4 corners, but really good ride at the top of the zone. Hitters have to
Here we go.
respect that. Very difficult pitch to hit.
1 ball. 2
Still
strikes.
tied at 0. Last of the third. Set down on strikes.
Fuck!
That was pretty nasty.
Goddamn
Well,
fuck!
Caught him looking on that 4th pitch of the at bat, and I have to think it had something
Now
to do
batting,
with the sequence
third
they threw
baseman,
at him. Kind of
Bravo.
bounced back and forth between the outside and inside corners with the previous pitches, and that makes
85,
it really
96,
tough to cover
87,
the whole
94.
plate. Just
Gross.
couldn't get a swing off of
Gross.
that pitch on the inside.
Digging in.
But I was wondering if the
Solano.
thumbnail really threw it off, like a complete lack of color.
Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
No ball.
Like-
1 strike.
Just I didn't know what to do with it, so I had to flip it.
That's to third. Throws to first in time.
I could
That's
feel
out
the
number
frustration
3.
starting to brew inside me. We are
Mariners
not
go
coming
down
off a
quasi
good
there,
series against the
and we are
Nationals.
Still scoreless.
I hated that series. I would like to. I need to like scrub
Back
it
at
from my
T-Mobile
brain.
Out for the
New
Twins,
inning getting
the
started
first baseman,
at the plate. Jose Miranda.
But we continue to see pitchers that give us trouble. It
And
kind of
he's
started with that
in for a
Yankees
strike.
series,
And it's 0-1.
and we were able to
Well,
figure
these
it out, but we
Twins
did have to
just
get
haven't
into the
produced as
bullpen.
many
It was that
competitive at-bats as
mid to
I'd like
high
see
90s
this year.
fastball,
They've gone down on
significant
strikes at a
decrease
high
in
rate
the
today,
velocity
so it's
with
probably
pitches
time
that
to
had a lot of
simplify the
movement.
approach and just find
Gave
ways to
me
put the ball in
so
play.
much trouble.
One down.
The batter, number 4, shortstop, Carlos.
Now
Correa.
Correa up to
And
hit.
we're still
Went
seeing
down
it.
on
We saw it a
strikes
lot
his
with the
first time
Nationals.
through.
And we're seeing it here with the Twins.
Right through there for
I
a
thought he was
strike.
going to
Looking at the dish
absolutely
right now,
destroy
I am
that ball.
aggressive over the heart of the plate. This guy's been filling up the strike zone, so you know you're going to get a good pitch to hit. And as nasty as his stuff is, you might as well take all 3 swings.
One of the things with Correa, the impact he makes, not just on offense, but defense as well. A guy who's won a
I
platinum
don't
glove
throw
is
the
the
splitter
best
well
defender
at all.
in the American League. Probably my favorite note, though, on Carlos Correa. He likes to, before games, go to a regular old batting cage and take BP with his dad. Stays alive. 4th inning underway, no score. On the ground, right side.
These
And
were
it
some of the
goes
at-bats that we
just
really
foul.
struggled with against Washington. Long at-bats.
Foul ball still, a 1-2 count. Out to short.
There we go.
Crawford throws to
We
first.
forced the
in
ground
time.
out, but that was a
That
long
was
at-bat with
strong at-bat,
Correa.
even though he couldn't find a way
Now
on
batting, The
base.
third baseman, Royce Lewis.
Here's the third baseman, Royce Lewis.
Top 3 AL leaders in
Lewis, in
strikeouts.
his 4th year,
Gilbert, Castillo, and
25
Kirby.
years old, and he's driven in 8 runs over his last 10 games.
And a first pitch
Kirby very
fastball
easily
is
could be
in for a
number 1
strike.
tomorrow. He's only back.
Down, nobody
He's only
on.
7
Top half of inning
behind
number 4. Check swing.
Gilbert.
called
I don't know
strike.
exactly what he has at the moment.
Got him swinging.
Okay.
Down go the Twins in order. Still no score.
Nope, by my hand.
Back in Seattle,
Leading
ready
off
to go
for
for
the
the last
Mariners,
half of the
the
inning.
catcher.
So now it's the
God,
Mariner
their
cleanup hitter.
sinker.
Cal Raleigh.
Raleigh.
First
Ball
pitch
one.
doesn't find the zone.
Well, these Mariners just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases are turning into a bunch
late
of
on
outs.
it.
Can they turn that around?
That's
and
a
stay within the
mistake
zone?
pitch that
We'll
we-
see, but I think they have to.
Darn.
And that is in for a strike. Going to count 1-2.
That's outside.
He's been pitching well, but we'll see what kind of adjustment.
Mixing in that sinker, which is weird.
We'll know if he's got really good stuff in this.
That's fine. I'll take the foul ball there.
Fights it off, you'll see
A little
another.
anxious. It was a contact swing early. There we go. A little contact single. Hell yeah.
And they have their first hit since the first inning.
We don't see this a whole lot anymore where hitters with 2 strikes are willing to shorten up, tighten up, and try to hit the ball back up the middle other way. He was trying to hit that hole, I believe. Very good at bat with 2 strikes.
And stepping in for the Mariners, Luke Raley. And a swing and a miss there.
Too early. Gosh darn it. A little excited. We were in an okay spot with it. That's what.
Just missed.
Way to lay off that pitch
1-1.
down.
You at least get a piece of it.
Pulled down the line. This one hammered. But it's foul.
Swing and
Oh,
miss on that, but
we
doesn't
missed
pull
a
the
couple
hitter
of
with that
those
breaking
yesterday
ball.
too.
Nice job, just couldn't keep it fair.
That's down and in.
That's a really good take.
Or we missed some in the Washington series. Peek behind the curtain as if it wasn't obvious. I recorded all of those in a single day.
On that, look out.
That's happening.
That's way high. Counts full, 3-2.
Still just the second batter of the inning, and on the mound, he's already thrown 13 pitches.
Swing
Ooh!
and a miss. Struck him out.
Was
And
it a
the runner stays
curveball?
where he is.
Get him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just
It was not. It was a sweeper.
And now the center fielder.
Oh,
Randy
that's a walk.
Arozarena. That one finds the zone.
Gosh darn it,
Strike
that's
one.
2-1, nobody out. I don't think he threw the sweeper the whole time. It was a lot of sinkers, fastballs.
In the air, center field.
We did miss
Buxton.
one pitch. Oh, this is so bad.
He makes the catch, and there's 2 down.
These are such good examples of, and it's not a revolutionary thought or whatever, but you really can see
First time up
you only
is a
have to
pop
throw
out.
1 or 2 pitches low or high, but in this case it is the low side of the
To
zone,
left-handed hitter.
and I just
Incredibly
am
efficient
too
this
committed
one.
to it,
First pitch
too
strike
willing to
percentage
swing at
over
it.
70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's
There
allowed
it
us
is.
to
I
pitch
mean,
well
right
up to
on
this
cue.
point.
That circle change is a
9-0-2. He
nightmare.
steps out for time. 2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Got him. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. So 1 hit is all
I
we
am
get.
not
We
seeing the
played
ball well
4.
at all.
We're tied.
There's no,
0-0.
it does not feel like there's any sort of rhyme or rhythm to it, rhyme or reason or consistency to it. It's just he's just winging it. It
Welcome
feels.
back. Quite a
This has
pitcher's
been a
duel so far. Here's how the
brutal
starters are
series. So
performed up to this
7
point.
strikeouts for Kirby. That'll put him into tie for the American League lead. As we take a look at the starter stats.
Fastball for a strike.
Oh, he's looking great so far. It helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
Hit hard on the ground is short.
We were lucky that was in the
And
green.
the leadoff man set down in their half of the 5th.
The center fielder,
Here's Byron
number
Buxton.
25,
Maybe
Byron
expecting a bunt here.
Buxton.
Third baseman playing in on the edge of the grass. That one's in there. That's strike
Why
1.
would you have Byron
Guys
Buxton
going this
bunt?
good.
I know he's
retired 7
fast,
in a
but
row. You got to step out of the box, fake bunt, do something to break it up.
Just missed. When you examine Buxton's career trajectory, the thing that really jumps out, the speed and the defense early on.
79. Okay.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. 1 out, base is empty. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Just misses the mark outside the zone.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Runs it
There
up to
we go.
96 to a
There we go. That's what we want to see.
That's a way to neutralize his speed and keeping him on
I mean,
base.
between
The defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts
Thor
pressure
and Buxton, they saw a
on
lot
everyone
of
if he can put
pitches, the
ball
two
in
of them.
play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
Ryan Jeffers at the plate. And first offering is fouled off.
See if we can put him away. Nope,
Gets
not
a
on that
piece
pitch.
there. We'll do it again. Swinging a ground ball up the middle, and it finds its way through for a hit. So a 2-out knock keeps
There's
the
no
inning
way
alive.
you're bringing some fucking Baltimore bullshit again.
Only 2 hits
The weird thing
allowed
is
so
we've
far
played some
tonight,
funky
so
games
I don't
against the
think that
Twins,
one
but they've
will
never
disrupt his
been
momentum all that much. You know, he's
the
really been on
irritant
top of his
that,
game, commanding his pitches all night long.
that the Baltimore Orioles have been.
So up next for Minnesota, Trevor. Swing and blast one down the line. It's gone if it's fair, but it moves foul.
Oh my God.
If you're the pitcher out there on the mound, you execute it. Just a long strike. You go after him and finish him off.
That was
The zone called a strike. And it's
that was a
2-0.
shocking call. That was legitimately dramatic.
Keeps the at-bat going
Oh
with a
my
foul ball.
God.
Cuts it.
Because I was like, there's no
It's a
way.
strike.
There's no way the game was going to do that to me, right? Like, it's going to give you, like, a cheeky little bloop up the middle, you know, ground ball, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And then the first pitch, inside fastball for a 2-run home run. Stop. Come on.
Here's the second baseman.
Can't be doing things like that.
Polanco.
I mean, you can if it's me swinging, but
In the air, right field.
that unfortunately is an out.
Wallner makes the catch.
We've been early on these 96-mile-an-hour fastballs. We've had trouble timing these up.
J.P. Crawford fly to
We
left
need to
his first
slow down
time.
just a tick.
That's in there.
A little surprised he went with the
Strike
fastball again. He's been leading off with that sinker at times.
one. Just missed.
There's a circle change on the
Bases empty,
outside.
one away. Last half of inning number 5. Swings and misses
Oh,
at the
the
pinch
sweeper.
off the plate.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a line
All right.
drive. That's a base hit into
Okay,
right
hey,
field.
we'll take it.
So the one
That's
out
a
hit
contact
turns the
swing
lineup
sweeper. That's only the third hit of the game, but it flips the lineup over.
A little bit, maybe spread out, but he got the job done right there.
I haven't even thought about the bullpen.
Here's Victor Robles.
Bottom
Both
5, so
two
we should be
in
good
this
for at
one.
least another go-round.
That misses.
That's a good take.
1-0.
Those are the takes that we have to get better at. Well, I don't know why I've been just... It feels like so suddenly susceptible to him.
Man at first, one away. And that's in there
That's
for a
fine.
strike, and now
That's
it's even.
fine.
And now one
Ooh,
fouled
late.
off.
Late. So late.
Just
Oof.
off the outside.
Really
edge.
needed that call.
2-2.
Man, oh man.
It's a
I
good
don't
take.
know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
Line drive.
Unfortunately, it's
Pulls it
line
down,
out.
and there are 2 away.
They couldn't
Just
have asked
early
for a
on it.
better out. Makes a great play on the line drive, and they keep the runner at first. Just like that, they're almost out of the inning.
Dylan Moore up next for the Mariners.
That's an out.
Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Manages to throw to third.
Okay, all right. Hey, let's take the funk. That ate him up a little bit.
I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield.
There we go. And good aggression on my part to send JP.
Charge it. Crazy. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
And the batter now, Donovan Solano. Swing and a line drive, and that's a base hit.
Huge Solano, let's go. I thought that was going to stay up in the air a little bit and be caught, but hey, it's a RBI single.
A little bit sooner than he anticipated.
First and second, 2 outs. Raleigh, the next to hit, 1 for 2.
We were still just late on it.
Up
It's
and
inside.
in, and that's ball 1.
So Kirby, if he gets one more strikeout, he'll have the AL lead. Unless he got one in that last inning.
Swing and a miss.
Yeah,
There's
got
the
me.
changeup.
That's just a
So
bad-
movement in the Twins
bad
bullpen.
approach.
Danny Coulombe warming up for manager Rocco Baldelli. Sands getting loose as well. That's ripped. Base hit. Here comes more. Now a long throw home.
Ooh.
Cut down, and that ends the inning.
Well, it's pretty difficult to throw a base runner out at the plate
no.
with 2 outs on a base hit to the outfield, but an excellent job of coming up with it, getting rid of it quickly, and throwing on the money. That is great technique from start to finish.
Damn, that's
Nice
a
job being
bad
in.
way to end it. Got him on the arm. Damn, damn, damn.
And now for the Twins, Edouard Julien. His righty-lefty splits there.
All right, let's take a look at what we have coming up. It's a lefty switch righty. We'll look at their lineup. As the lineup is going to flip over for the 3rd time through. So we have a little lefty section there. I don't know we can take a look at Willie Castro. 59-42 contact and power versus lefty, whereas the righty is 68-50. So, okay. You can kind of just warm up one of each. You can warm up Spire and Brash. We're in a save situation, which we haven't been in the last couple of games. The last 3-4 games.
Throw a lot of first
Exactly.
strikes as a hitter. You got to be ready to hit. Now, that's not going to help you get deep into his pitch count and into the bullpen, but you got to take
Man,
what
well,
he's
let's just take a look at the arm strength. It wasn't a very deep shot out to right.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Pretty electric stuff showing up on
I
the
think
mound
with
right now. I mean,
our
he's
lack of
getting
hitting,
strikeouts. He
our
should
lack
be
of
able to
consistent
rack up some
contact,
more
I think
than
kind of
he's done in
forces
this
that
one.
issue sometimes.
Not many of these hitters have had
Where,
much of an
like-
answer for what he's offering out there.
You know, hey, we just got to send him because we're
This is
going
Willie
to, who knows if
Castro,
we're going to get this
who's
opportunity
over 2
again.
with
We've
a pair of
really
strikeouts.
struggled.
And that one clips the corner. Swing and a ground ball. Sends it across the first. 2 quick outs to open the top of the 6th. And next for Minnesota, Jose Miranda.
Jose Miranda.
Fastball for a strike. Next offering in there for a strike. And the count is 0-2. Puts it in the air out towards left center. Moore
Hey, nicely
hauls
done.
it
Good
in
read,
the
Moore.
inning. Make it 6 shutout innings for him out there now. It's the Mariners 1 and the Twins nothing.
Did we get a bullpen arm here?
Now pitching for
Back
Minnesota.
now for the bottom of
We
the
do.
6th. And there's a new
54.
pitcher on the mound. Danny Coulombe.
Danny.
And as relievers
Coulombe?
go, he's not
Okay.
a big strikeout guy. Tries to force weak contact, so
Kind
command
of
and
the
execution are
silent
huge
B
for him.
and silent E?
Well,
Leading
one-run
up for
game.
the Mariners,
And now
the
Luke
first
Raley.
baseman,
A
Luke
strikeout and a walk.
Raley.
Cutter at 88, sinker at 93, slurve at 84, 12-6 at 82, excuse me, four seam at 93.
And the first
And of
offering
course it was a
fastball for
fucking
strike.
four
Looks like he
seam. Because why
sacrificed
would
to
you
pitch
start
right
with a
down
cutter
the
when you
middle
can
for
start with your
striking
fifth
and
pitch?
timing. Some good hitters will do that.
Swings through that one out in front
maybe
that
that's
time.
why.
0-2.
God, we were kind of there, but too early. 86. And it's only going to get slower. Just kidding. That sinker is faster. Idiot.
Struck him
Oh.
out looking.
He went with that fastball up high, didn't he?
And up next for Seattle, Randy
Yep.
Arozarena.
His fifth best pitch.
Sliced hard but foul. One down, base is empty.
Ball.
There we go.
1-1.
Movement in the bullpen, Justin Topa, the right-handed sinker baller. He looks to be readying himself. That pitch in for a strike, and the count 1-2. And
That
now before the
is
1-2,
so
time
hittable.
is called at home plate. Fouls it
Oh,
off, still
God.
1-2.
That's not what I want to see.
Ground ball up the middle. On the run, throw to first.
Just late on the
Nicely
12-6
done for the
curve.
out.
Now batting, the designated
It's hard to even explain why, like, how frustrating it is when you look and you go, okay, we'll see a cutter, we'll see something else, and it's like, oh, there's that fifth pitch just lurking.
Let's see if he can be a little more aggressive right here.
Shenton would actually maybe be a good person to sub out.
That
Ball
misses
one.
the zone. Ball one.
1 ball. No strikes.
And he swings through that one.
Gonna really need to
Stop
have
swinging,
there.
dipshit.
Front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
Comes up empty. That's strike two.
I can't
1-2.
believe
Time call.
this.
And down on strikes. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. 3 up, 3 down for him there. 7th inning coming up. It's the Mariners 1 and the Twins nothing.
Throwing your fifth pitch like that in that spot.
All set for the
leading
start
off
of
for
the inning.
Minnesota,
Here's
the
Carlos
shortstop,
Correa.
Carlos Correa.
Righty, righty, lefty. Okay, yeah, this is actually an okay spot to make the switch. We're going to go ahead and put in Brash. We got a great start
Matt
today.
Brash
He's in line
comes
for the
on
win.
now.
These are the spots relievers
Correa
really
saw
make a
him
name
pretty
for
well
themselves.
last
Late
time.
and close.
So we'll bring in
There's not much
Brash
margin for error, but at the
to
same time, there's a reason
change
they're
things up a
in these
little bit. We
situations.
threw a ton of pitches. We'll take a look at it. Through 8. Unless there's one tucked in on that fastball portion
And
of
he
it.
grounds one to the right side.
And that's what
chance
we're looking
handled.
for. Nice job,
In play,
Polanco, out
John
number
to
1.
first. 1 out. A key out to start the 7th. Now the cleanup hitter for Minnesota, Royce Lewis. That's a strike.
Well, that's really the money
No
spot,
ball.
down and
1
away.
strike.
If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that ball.
Thank God it's at 100, but that was a horrible
Get the tying
location.
run on base. And
slow
a
it down.
swing and a miss.
88.
Down on
Sorry.
strikes. 2 gone.
Well, that slider down and away,
Well,
it's
that-
just kind of a
the right
slow
field.
death. With 2
Nah.
strikes, you're looking to protect, and halfway to the plate, you know you've committed, and you know you're going to have no chance of touching it. Tell you what, sometimes you just have to tip your cap.
Wallner in the box now. No
They are
balls in
kind
the
of just
circle.
taking pitch number
Trying
one.
to hold a one-run lead here in the top
Oh
half of
boy,
inning
oh
number
boy,
7.
oh boy.
Popped up.
Don't know why this is Solano's
This
ball, but
one
okay.
drops into the glove.
All right, so Brash comes in and does exactly what we need him to do. We could probably leave him in for a couple more batters, because that'd be the top of the 8th, and then we're in a save spot for Munoz. Andres Munoz.
A new arm into the game, the righty Cole Sands.
Just trying
Now
to keep this one close here,
Man,
and this
oh
is where a
man.
bullpen
Number
can give their
44.
players a chance to fight back into the game.
Sands.
6-0.
Well, one-run
Leading up
game,
for the
and now
Mariners,
it's the switch-hitting
the second
second baseman, Jorge
baseman,
Polanco. He's 0 for 1.
Let's go.
Here comes a 4-seam fastball. Yep,
He
there
swings
we go.
and fouls one off.
Knew what it was. Oh, wait, it's a different pitcher. I'm an idiot. So thank you for looking at my phone and check the score. Cutter at 93, 4-seam at 98, a splitter at 90, a slurve at 84, and a sinker at 97. If I was smart, I would have called a sinker, but I would have been wrong. Technically, I was correct, but it wasn't correct in the way that I thought it was going to be.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. The 0-2. And ball
That's
one.
outside. That's outside.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes.
There's that sinker. Yeah, there it is. There's pitch number 5.
The 1-2. And they'll
I'm
do
okay
it
with that
again.
swing at the top of the zone. They've gotten some calls up there.
And he couldn't
Got me
hold
with a
back.
splitter
He's
down
run
low.
up on strikes.
Too much in an auto swing mode. Needed to take a step out there. Sometimes we lose patience on those. That time it was we were just pushing the button.
Sands goes 6 feet 3 inches, 215 pounds, and he was a 5th round pick back in 2018.
Might be the first cutter we've seen.
There's a swing and a miss.
That splitty's a pretty
0-2.
nasty pitch. Explodes out of the hand, looks like a fastball, and the bottom just falls out of it.
And that's
Ran
the
on the
swing.
cutter,
It's
just
a
a-
strikeout.
Just a disaster.
Two
Just a
down, bases
horrible.
empty. Now it's the right fielder, Victor Robles. 0 for 3 in this one. Swing and a miss, strike
That's a
one.
cutter right over the heart of the
2
plate.
down,
We're
nobody
too
out.
early.
Here, the bottom of the 7th. Right side, hard hit. Takes it
I mean, he
himself,
came in and
the
did
Mariners
exactly
sit
what he
down
needed
1,
to
2,
do.
3.
Absolutely
Nobody
shut
left
me
for
the fuck
Seattle,
down.
But they hold a 1-0 lead.
I'm not mad about that throw. I do keep meaning to look at their right fielder and see who it is.
That's in for a strike.
Normally, I think I'd be a lot more irritated with it, but
In
we
the
just
air,
haven't been
right
able to
side.
get anything going offensively. I think you look at that aggression in a positive light, you go like, fuck, we're not going to have another opportunity. Send it.
Couple of pitches,
Fuck it.
and a quick out.
Here's the catcher to hit, Brian Jeffers. That one close. ruled a
come
ball.
on.
Ball 1. There's a strike.
Okay.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to
Come
swing that early in the
on.
count.
Well, I guess that other one wasn't.
The count 2-1. This one chopped in the
That other
ground,
pitch
but
wasn't in the
foul.
zone, so I guess it makes a little more sense. Ooh, fouled it off.
And a base hit up the middle.
Third slider that we showed on that one,
they get a man aboard
I
with a
know
one
for a
out single.
fact did not get out where I wanted it to get out.
A perfect example right there.
Yeah.
That plate discipline.
Let's see if we can sub-inspire. We can.
And here comes
Okay.
the Mariners manager to the mound.
We're all
Pitching
right.
change
We're
coming.
all right.
Matt Brash is done, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute.
I actually kind of bummed the Nationals game that's long been done now.
They turn things over to the south.
I was looking forward to watching or listening to it on the radio because usually the Wednesday, Thursday games are the getaway days, depending on what day of the week the Mariners have off, which in this case they had a Monday. So usually those are 1:10 starts. It's not. It's a 6:40. I was like, come on. I was going to listen to it on the Seattle Sports app.
Now here is Trevor Larnach.
And a first
All right,
pitch fastball
one away.
in for a strike.
It is lefty, lefty, no, lefty switch. Lefty? Whatever. Okay, that's what we need.
Well, he's going to have some thinking
Those
to
have
do
been
when he leaves the
strikes.
ballpark after this one. That was his third strikeout, and this one looking obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
Edouard Julien, the next twin up to hit. That one called a strike. 0-1.
Wow.
Typically, the outfield defense will play a little
Wow,
bit
that was a
deeper just
strike,
to
huh?
keep the ball in front, make sure that runner on first doesn't come all the way around to score and tie this ball game up.
Let's go slider outside.
The pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Foul ball still 0-2.
I was thinking with the commentator.
And a swing and a
Got him.
miss.
Okay.
And that is that.
All right.
Situation navigated to perfection by the Mariner bullpen. Home half of inning number 8 straight
Give up
ahead.
one hit, but it doesn't
It's
come
the
back to bite
Mariners
us.
1 and the Twins nothing.
Now pitching for
Back
Minnesota.
now, new pitcher on the mound as we
Number
roll into the
59.
bottom of the 8th. Johan Duran.
Johan
Pretty
Duran.
tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches
Johan
out of him
Duran?
right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where
0-4
it
record.
is.
Well, one-run
Leading up,
game.
fourth
Dylan
Mariners,
Moore getting
no
ready to
left
hit.
fielder.
1 for 3.
102 on a fastball. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and just get Munoz prepped, I guess.
Swing and a miss.
And go with a
as he was
splitter
out
at
front.
93.
No balls. 1 strike.
12-6 curve at 86. Good God. There it is.
Pitches
There's the
outside.
12-6 curve. It was at 80. It was at 84.
Check swing, called strike.
Let's take a step
Timeout
back.
for and give
He's
it at the
thrown 3
plate now.
pitches. It's been his secondary pitches. We haven't even seen the fucking fastball.
Foul ball
There it
still
is.
1-2 count. Good job to fight that one off.
Okay, right at the bottom of the zone.
Swings through it, and that's a
Fastball right at the
strikeout.
top of the zone. We were too late
Don't
on
see
it.
more commonly in the sport these days, but man, a triple-digit fastball blown right by someone is still pretty awesome to witness. I mean, you got to be geared up and ready to swing it when a guy like this comes out of the bullpen, because that fastball, it eats, and if you're not ready, you're going to be walking back to the dugout.
And the 1-0. Swing
Oh
and a miss.
my
Looked off
God.
balance
1
that
ball.
time.
1 strike.
Bases empty, 1 away. Near the
16
bottom
miles
half of
an
the
hour
inning.
of difference.
In the
2-1.
dirt, 2-1. And there's a foul ball.
Fucker.
Close
Full
one,
count.
doesn't get the call.
101.
Full count now. Upstairs, and
Okay,
that is
wow.
ball
All right.
4.
Lost track of the count in a kind of a
What
positive
battle.
way there.
It's not always easy laying off a
Up
3-2
next for the
pitch, and I'll tell you
Mariners,
what, he
The
earned that
catcher,
walk.
Cal.
One down. And now the switch hitting
Raleigh.
catcher, Cal Raleigh. Swing and a miss. That one.
I definitely pulled the
Oh,
PCI out of the way, so it's
There
good that we
was a
were late.
high
Otherwise, it's
velocity
probably going to be a
fastball in the
pop-up.
zone. I I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. He's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and
Front
trust
side.
him.
103.
No, he's really working
What the
him
fuck
away.
is wrong with you?
Sometimes take a little bit off
You're supposed to
velocity.
slow
Try
it
to get a
down.
roll over something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
Ball 2. 2 balls. 1
Solano
strike.
stands at first with 1 out. That one a triple
Jesus
digits.
Christ.
Love to see it.
2-2.
Power versus power.
I cannot see
Time
it.
called. The
It
2-2
is
will
coming
have to
in
wait just a
so
second.
fast.
Swing
He got me with a
miss.
splitter.
Struck him out at a splitter.
Boog, if you can set up a good 2-strike splitter with a fastball on the previous pitch, it's going to be so tough to recognize and adjust your swing to get a piece of it. Clearly had him reaching for it right there.
Raley
Ball.
stands in here, takes ball 1
1-0.
low. Now
Uh-huh.
1-1.
1-1.
So we've seen 83 and 103.
And a swing and a miss.
1 ball. 2 strikes.
And now before the 1-2.
I
time is
have no
called on
idea.
plate.
I have no idea what's coming.
High fly ball, right field. Walner.
We somehow got contact on it. That is a
So no runs.
fucking
no base hits, no
nightmare.
errors, and 1 left on. 9th inning coming up. It's the Mariners 1 and the Twins nothing.
Did he throw a fastball, a four-seam fastball under 100?
All set to start
Leading
the
off for the
9th in
Twins,
this one.
the
Okay.
Now the
So
Minnesota.
where are we here in the lineup? Switch righty-righty. Okay, so we will go ahead and bring in... We'll go ahead and bring in Munoz.
Willie.
Andres Munoz. On to try
He's a
and close it
perfect
out.
20 for 20 in saves and opportunities, a 1-1 record in 22 games, 20.2 innings pitched, 0.44 ERA, 42.3% strikeout rate, very low batting averages. The one earned run was that funky Houston game that was 3-2. We're 2 back in the lead in the AL. We typically do pretty well as far as the saves leader, minus the first season that we did this, because I did not use a consistent closer, but we also didn't start that one very well, I don't think.
And stays alive.
So it wasn't like there were a lot of save opportunities. That was one where we were in Boston late in April, and that series changed the trajectory of the season because of a game crash, I want to say. I had to redo it.
You'll see another. 0-2 now. Triple digits
yeah.
on that last pitch.
Well, that right there is what you want to see out of your closer. Come in and close the door, cancel any hope that that opponent has in making some type of comeback in the ball game. Tell you what, that helps him settle in, and that helps everybody else relax a little bit to get these other 2 outs.
1 down, base is empty. That's in there. No balls, 2 strikes. On the ground, right side. Tosses to first. He's out. And that quickly 2
go.
away.
Well, there's a lot riding on that at bat right there. Nice job of the pitcher.
I never
to bear
looked
down,
at
make
their,
the pitch, get the ground ball. Excellent piece of work.
Correa stands
I
in
never
now
looked at their
and
right
watches
fielder
strike
stats.
1.
Some hitters are just more confident if they can track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care if they fall behind 0-1.
Oh my
Sends it
god.
to center, and that's
Oh my god. I thought that was going to be a home run. I thought I just fucked everything up.
hold on to win it tight.
Okay.
This one
Hey,
ends
we're
as a
winning games in
1-1
different
ball game.
ways. Today it was a defensive
Well, this one was all
effort. We
about
really struggled against their starter. It makes sense. He has a good record. Both pitchers, both starting pitchers, were looking for their 7th consecutive win on the mound today. This is the game that I should have expected. We only knocked out 6 hits. I think we got all 6 hits off of their starter. We only gave up 3 hits on our pitching side, which is a positive. We got the 1 run. We got cut down at home, and that's going to be our first highlight here. Oh, actually, no, it's not. That's a different highlight for the right fielder. He had a good game, apparently. Jeffers got the single. There's not a whole lot to talk about in this game. We really struggled with the pitching. Didn't see what he was doing. We were very poorly timed on things. Solano got just enough mustard on it to float it into right field, I believe. Maybe center, right center, whatever it was. And he was able to get it taken care of. Like, we have to go back and look at that. What was they missed the home run at one point as well. 1.2 feet outside the foul pole. That there's a 1.2 foot difference between a victory and a defeat today. Just think about that. 1.2. If it's just a little to the left and clangs off the foul pole, whatever, we're likely looking at a loss, because that would have been a 2-run home run. There is maybe one of the more bizarre stats we'll see all season. The Minnesota Twins had 3 hits. Ryan Jeffers was 3 for 3. Otherwise, we took care of that offense. Pablo Lopez gets the loss. He only gave up 1 earned in 5 innings, 6 hits, like I assumed, because we didn't do anything past the 6th. Jeez Louise. 3 innings up, 3 innings down. I think we had a walk in there. We didn't have very much contact, and then they brought in that Johan Duran. It's just like, it was a good fucking night. We're not adding anything. Lopez, though, 6 hits, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, and like I mentioned, the 1 earned. That does give him the loss, though. He pitched very effectively. We had got the win with George Kirby. He is your player of the game as well. 6 innings pitched, 2 hits, 10 strikeouts, so he will be your AL leader in strikeouts and 100 on the season. No walks, no earned. Solano was 2 for 3 with a run. Cal Raleigh was 2 for 4 with a strikeout. Crawford was 1 for 3 with a run. Let's see if we can find that other hit. It was Dylan Moore, I believe was the name that I did not call out. Otherwise, Robles is 0 for 4. And we have that stretch again. It's Rayleigh, Rosarena, Shenton, Polanco. All going 0 for, though. Polanco did get hit by a pitch, so he was technically only 0 for 2 with a strikeout. We struck out 10 times. And I would guess if you went to look at the Twins, 2 against Iran. He only pitched an inning. We gave each of their relief pitchers 1 inning, and 2/3 of the outs were strikeouts. That's real bad. Really, really bad. But we get enough to win, and that is what matters. Munoz with his 21st save of the season. Do we get a fun pack? Do I need to buy a fun pack to, like, unlock something that's not just a regular pack? Let's go to collection. We don't have anything fun. Is there anything? I don't think there's anything really all that interesting to buy. Show shop? Buy packs? Crescent Moon, headliners. We'll buy it. Let's buy a headliners pack. Let's rip a headliners pack just for something different. The XP gain is just not good. Ugh. Didn't matter. Why do I own 3 of those? Okay. So 34, 142. It's not bad. And Lamont Wade Jr. So there you go. Maybe not worth the 7,500 stubs I spent on it, but whatever. I just have 100. I had 100,000 stubs just sitting there for fun. Anyway, there you go. Let's actually get you set up for tomorrow's game. Josh Fleming's no longer injured. Go ahead, use him. Logan Gilbert is going to be on the bump for us. He is looking great at 7-1 with an even 2 ERA. Bailey Ober 3-4 with a 3.14 ERA will be the pitcher for the Twins, as we will have Game 2 coming at you tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific time, right here on the channel. Subscribe where the gameplay is. For more, if you'd like to be notified, ring the bell. Check out the playlist here. It updates every day at 6 p.m. Pacific time, and up there is something. It's a Friday video. Hopefully, maybe, I don't know. Did anything go up? Check it out, or don't. I don't know. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and we'll catch you tomorrow for more. Good night, good sports. Go Mariners.